Hi guys, it's Megan from Vigilante Vibes, and I started my day telling myself I would not be online, I would not be posting, I would not be doing anything because nothing's gonna happen today. And I have never been more wrong. Variety, Deadline, Collider, comicbook.com all had sit-down interviews with Kevin Feige, who is the head of Marvel Studios, and he spilled so much tea. He talked about so many things, and I am going to go over every single thing with you. And it's a lot, but come on, he can't drop all this knowledge and I not make a video about it. So I'm not even quite sure where to start. I guess like the first thing I posted was about Kevin Feige talking about Marvel Studios pivoting from Kang to Doctor Doom, which I think we all were like, obviously it was because of Jonathan Majors. His quote is, even before what had happened to the actor, we had started to realize that Kang wasn't Thanos. There was only one character that could be that because he was that in the comics for decades and decades, and because of the Fox acquisition, we finally had it, and that's Doctor Doom. We had started talking about Doctor Doom even before we officially pivoted from Kang. According to him, they were talking about Doctor Doom even before Ant-Man Quantumania, which is... Kevin, you know that's a lie. I know you have to say it, but you can't even say Jonathan Majors' name in this. You referred to him as the actor, which I want to be perfectly clear. I do not want Majors back after what he did, and he admitted to doing. Per Rolling Stones, which recorded him admitting to what he did to this girl, I did not want him back. I do not want him back. I wanted Kang to be recast. I did not want to pivot to Doom. I think Kang has so much more in him, but also I think what better character to introduce Doom and show how high the stakes are and what a powerhouse he is would there be rather than Kang? They were so intermittent in the comics. They were not intermittent. That's not the right word. They're so intermingled in the comics. They just go hand in hand. So why wouldn't you use Kang to at least introduce Doctor Doom instead of this wild pivot? It didn't sit right in my soul. It still doesn't. But I guess that's what the company wants Kevin to say. Whatever. Moving on, what else did he talk about? Blade. I think we've all had our fun poking fun at what was supposed to be Blade. According to him, we didn't want to put a leather outfit on him and have him start killing vampires. You can start and have a good script and make it a great script through production, but we didn't feel confident we could do that with Blade. We didn't want to do that to Mahershala Ali and didn't want to do that to us. I'm here to tell you, Kevin, we want you to put him in a leather outfit and have him killing vampires. That's exactly what we want you to do. But if I think if they would have continued the road trying to force Blade to happen, it would have been trash. They didn't have a script. They didn't have a solid director. They didn't have anything. They still don't. He says it's still happening, but it's like, why though? Like, just leave it behind. Let it marinate. That's fine. It's not a big deal. He says, additionally to it, he revealed that there are 4 versions of Blade in the works, 2 of them period pieces, one of them set in the 1930s. He said, we landed on a modern day, and that's what we're focusing on. On pausing Blade after the 2 exit, take that part out. So it's very much still happening, but just wait till the next phase, see how Doomsday and Secret Wars goes, then go back to Blade, because right now y'all's head's not in it. I'm sorry. It's all about Doctor Doom, and that's okay. Just let it go. It's not a big deal. So speaking of back to Doctor Doom, actually speaking on Secret Wars, he talks about a potential reboot after Avengers Secret Wars. He says, reboot is a scary word. Reboot can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. Reset, singular timeline. We're thinking along those lines. X-Men is where that will happen next. That is per Deadline. So, that's big. I mean, So we are getting a reboot, at least some kind of reboot. But also, speaking of X-Men, Kevin Feige says Jake Schreier, who is the director of Thunderbolts, is officially signed on to direct X-Men. He says it's all starting now, the script's underway. That is per comicbook.com with his talk with them. But he also says that the X-Men reboot film will be a very youth-oriented, focused, and cast movie. So it'll be younger X-Men, which is pretty... I like that. Keep them there for a long time. That's exactly what I want. Thank you. But also, he does talk about what happens when they overexpanded. He says that the delays on Blade were a symptom of Marvel's overexpansion, he says. He says, for the first time ever, quantity trumped quality. We had spent 12 years working on the Infinity Saga saying, that's never going to happen to us. We always had more characters that people were asking about than we could possibly make because we weren't going to make a movie a month. That's crazy. Suddenly, there's a mandate to make more, and we go, well, we do have more, but maybe that's what we fell into. So that is Kevin Feige saying he is done with a certain Bob Chapek. And I think we're all very done with Bob Chapek. So cool. I'm down for it. So there's a lot more stuff that I'm going to jump around to because all of this breaking news was a lot to take in at once because they all dropped at the same time. It was so much. So he talks about Marvel Studios making more R-rated films. He says, are there more R-rated MCU movies after making the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time with Deadpool and Wolverine at $1.33 billion? Sure. Where appropriate and where necessary. Okay. Wow. I like that. So he does say that Marvel Studios' current plan goes all the way to 2032. He said it's a 7-year plan. I think it goes to 2032. It's on magnets and it can move around. So that means their dream board is basically on magnets. But he also says that it's pretty inevitable that the main Avengers will get recast for the eventual X-Men saga. He says, I think it's hard for anyone to do that when an actor has done such a great job in that role, he said. How are they going to ever replace Sean Connery as James Bond, right? Fair. But speaking on other characters in the MCU, he talks about Miles Morales. He says, that is nowhere, he said, until Sony Pictures, which holds the film rights to the character, completes its animated Miles trilogy with 2027 Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, we have been told to stay away. So I'm assuming that means for Gwen Stacy too. Which, whatever. I mean, I'm excited for Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse movie. It did recently get delayed, but not too long. It's still in 2027. It's whatever. Take as much time as you need. I'm good. Because if it's as good as quality as the other two, I am good. But, my people, we won, Mr. Stark. We won. Kevin Feige says Spider-Man Brand New Day is a street-level story. He says him being by himself, dedicated to saving the city and dealing with, for lack of a better term, street-level crime as opposed to the world-ending events. He also confirmed that John Bernthal as the Punisher will be in that movie too. You guys, this is what we're asking for. Street-level Spider-Man, that is what we need. We needed this. As a society, we needed this. But, we're here. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Kevin. And probably no thank you to Sony, because I bet y'all wanted multiversal thing. No one hates Spider-Man fans more than Sony. Can we all just admit that? But he also spoke on the Fantastic Four. I think it's pretty well known that the Fantastic Four is Kevin Feige's favorite team right around the X-Men. So I always knew Fantastic Four would do incredibly well in theaters because they put all they had into it. So far, Marvel ended the social media embargo very early, I think, to get ahead of San Diego Comic-Con. So it was a few days ago, Friday, Saturday, I don't know. All the days are blending together. But all of the reviews have been nothing short of glowing. So we're gonna see it this week, and I am so excited. So make sure you have like and subscribe so you don't miss my review of it, because I always do a review as soon as I get home from the theater. No notes, no nothing, just vibes. So make sure you don't miss that. But back to what I was saying, Kevin Feige on the Fantastic Four. He says, why Fantastic Four? Explains Feige. Because it's Marvel's first family. It's in the history of our characters. They deserve to be the A-listers. They were the A-listers in the comics. Every crossover movie we've made in the Infinity Saga Civil War, leading to Infinity War and Endgame, which is really the Infinity Saga from the comics, the Fantastic Four were huge players in those comics, and obviously we couldn't do that with then. Highly agree. They are so... Oh, they are just so involved in so much of the comics, so much of the huge events. They're everywhere. So of course they have to be there. Like, I love it. I love what's going on. But one of my last things, Kevin Feige on his future at Marvel Studios. This has been a rumor that's been annoying the piss out of me lately. Because all of you, I am so sorry, not all of you. I'm really hyped up right now, so I'm so sorry if I get rude. A lot of you have believed a rumor that originated on Twitter that Kevin Feige is going to give up Marvel right after Secret Wars, which, come on, guys. Kevin Feige is Marvel Studios. Who would take his spot? Name one person. But he talks about his future with Marvel Studios, putting those rumors to rest. While his contract is up in 2 years, he tells Deadline, do I want to be making big movies for big audiences in 10 or 15 years from now? Yes, that's all I want to do. Marvel is a great way to do that. So I like that he actually said something about this. That needed to be said. Put these stupid rumors to rest. Finally, Kevin Feige is speaking out. He speaks out maybe like once a year, which is kind of nuts because it's like so much is happening in Marvel Studios, so many rumors, so many things that have to get verified by Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, all those other big, as close as you can get to confirmed platforms, they have to be the ones to confirm it. It's like, why don't you just speak? That's what I've always liked about James Gunn at DC. He does not care. He will speak on anything. He will come out of the woodwork and talk about anything. He will answer your questions. He will put to bed any stupid rumor that's going around. That's what I like. And I think Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige should take a leaf out of that book. Take a page out of that book. Take a page. But speaking of James Gunn, he speaks on James Gunn, actually. He talks about how much he liked the Superman movie, which we all did. Let's be honest. Like, it was so well loved, and I love that freaking movie. But he says about the movie, it's clearly not super fatigue, right? I liked it a lot, Feige added of the DC film. I love you just jump right into it. You don't know who Mr. Terrific is? Tough, you'll figure it out. This is a fully fleshed out world. I actually really, really, really dug that too. So, he's right. I like it so much. And there's just... He dropped so much here that I'm going through all my notes right now, so give me a second. So another thing he said was that he plans on making less content as a cure for superhero fatigue. He says making 2 or 3 movies a year, some years it will be 1, some years it will be 3, will be down to a single live action show a year. Okay. I mean, like, that's fine. Whatever. That's fine. I don't care. Another thing he talks about was making lackluster movies. He says Captain America Brave New World didn't work as it was the first without Chris Evans, adding, Thunderbolts was a very good movie, but nobody knew that title, and many of those characters were from shows. There was that residual effect of audiences going, I guess I had to have seen these other shows to understand who this is. Now it makes sense why they revealed the name of the team. It was the New Avengers. Spoiler alert. It makes sense why they revealed that like 3 days after it hit theaters. Because I get it, but like at the same time, it's like it did well, you know. Whatever. I don't know. To be honest with you guys, I don't like how us as an audience are so focused on what movies make and all that. I think I want to go back to the point where we just minded our business and solely made our decisions on whether we liked it or not. Not, this movie made this and this was its budget. That's none of our business. Just move on. Another thing he said was that he has had talks with Ryan Reynolds about what's next for Deadpool in the MCU. And that's all he said. Like, okay, cool. Other than that, Kevin Feige also admits that WandaVision and Loki are some of the best stories they've made in MCU. True. Very true. Both had such incredible depth. I can't say that about Loki season 1. It just kind of dragged on for me. But season 2, I loved it. The show could have got me pregnant. It was so good. Another thing he said, Kevin Feige says Iman Vellani is one of the greatest castings Marvel has ever done, and he cannot wait to see where she appears next. So for those who don't know, Iman Vellani, she is Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, and this is her first acting gig. Like, she's just a big old nerd like the rest of us. She is the Marvel nerd, and she is living the Marvel nerd dream. And I think us as a society need to make sure we do not ruin this time for her. Keep the toxicity away from her. Let her live. She's already written Miss Marvel comics, and they weren't bad. I actually really I dug them. So let's just let her keep being her. So that's all he said. I'm sure there's other things that are going to come out, but like with 4 different articles with so much information coming in, I was so overwhelmed because I was just laying on the couch like, oh my God, he's saying so much. And I was just scrolling. So I hope I got everything for you. If I didn't, let me know in the comments, because I don't want to be that one that forgot that one big thing. With that being said, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any more of my content. I have a new episode dropping tomorrow for a very special mutant, very special to me. So make sure you like and subscribe. With that being said, have a marvelous day.